We are using Old Olive to make our card, and we are using a piece of the Designer Series paper from the Splendid Autumn set. I'm looking at this though, and I'm not sure I wanted to keep that last one. I discovered that if you cut your strips 1.5 inches, you can get 4 squares out of 1.5 inch strip of this paper. However, that's not what I want. I want more of the trees and not so much the close-up of the foliage. So let me cut 1.5 inches of this, and I'll use it on a different project. And then we'll cut 1.5 inches of this, and that is what we are going to use. Okay. I am using products today that are in the Last Chance store. So, the Splendid Autumn paper has returned and is available. However, I just lost my other square. Silly me. This is one I was getting rid of. I want to make sure I'm just moved it over here. I'll cut yet another one. I can't find it. I will. I'm sure it'll show up probably before we're done making this card. But I'm going to go ahead and cut another one. As I was saying, the Splendid Autumn paper is still available and will be in the Stampin' Up store. The stamps and dies that I am using for this project, however, are not available. I need to refresh the computer so I can see what you can see and open it up big so that I can see if there are any. Oh, there are comments. Well, thanks, Amanda. Thank you that my nails are for saying my nails are pretty. I use Color Street nails on them to make them look pretty for my son's graduation. That was the plan anyway. Okay. Here we go. We're going to put all of this together. Yes, the Last Chance store is amazing. And there are several things in there that would be great for Father's Day products, including the dies that we're using tonight and the stamps. Now, the only thing about those stamps is that what is left of them is the French version. So if you want French, you're good. If you just want the images, not necessarily the sentiments, you're also good. That's the thing about stamp sets in other languages. If all you really want are the images anyway, they're the same in every language. It's just the sentiments that change. And so we're putting 4 little squares on the front of this card. And then we're going to do a little die cutting, stamping and die cutting. Not sure what all we're going to stamp at this point. Definitely the deer, but I don't know what else. Okay. Let's set this aside for a second. Well, thank you about being good at making it straight by eye. I don't know that that's entirely true. I don't know if you can see that I'm working over a grid. So I kind of try to pay attention to my grid lines a little bit. It's still not ever 100% straight. Okay. I am definitely going to want to stamp the deer. And maybe those trees. Okay. So I'm going to grab my white scrap that I got out for this. This is the culprit, the reason that I got stuck and could not get out of my office. I was looking for pecan pie. Oh, it's a good thing I checked. You should. What I was saying was, when you are stamping up a rubber stamp, well, any stamp really, before you stamp it, you want to turn it over and look at it and just clean up the edges if there's any ink on the edges, because you do not want to accidentally get shadow. Needs a little bit more. Okay, here we go. All right, there's my pretty deer. And then I'm going to do some of the trees, and I'm going to do them in shaded spruce. And again, clean up the edge. I figured since I had to press down into the ink pad, there would be a mess on the edge. Okay. And then we're going to pull out our mini cut and emboss machine. And do some cutting. You put on your base plate and one cutting plate, and we're going to get our images ready with their die frames and some washi tape. Oops. And I press on the frame as much as I can, not on the colored inked up part. I'm going to tell Amanda via Messenger. That I'm over here in a different post. So maybe she can find us. Alright, and then we put that on, and other cutting plate which fell to the ground. Make sure you cover all of the part you want cut out with the dies, but try to leave just a little smidge between the bottom two and then a little tiny bit back from that, and it will help this wrap better. Okay. Then very slowly and at an angle, I'm going to peel off the washi tape. It hopefully will not rip the paper. And there's my trees. And here's my deer. I wasn't sure which set I was going to use to make this card. I was sure that I wanted to use something that is still available in the Last Chance products section, just because there's some pretty awesome things available in the Last Chance products section. But I chose to use Grassy Grove with the Grove dies. Both are still available. Like I said, the stamp set's only available in French. And there's another set like that that would be perfect for Father's Day. It is a motorcycle. And it also, the stamp set is only currently available in French. But, again, the images of the motorcycle, the dies of the motorcycle, those, they translate over in different languages. So, also, I was thinking about using the airplane dies. The airplane stamp set is not currently available, but the dies stand alone and can make really fun airplane images, plus the the adventure, I don't remember what it's called, Take to the Sky Designer Series paper is still available, and you can cut some really great images out of there. There's some of those that are naturally made to be card fronts that stand alone on their anyway. So you could, again, that would be a really fun Father's Day. There's also, which I never got, but the one with the burger and pickle and the stamps set that actually says Happy Father's Day is in the Last Chance section as well. Now I'm just adding my dies to the front of my card. Adding some trees that are a little bit taller than anything else on that paper. And then I'm going to add the deer with dimensionals. And the last thing I'm going to do for this card is stamp another deer on what will be the inside of the card. So, there's our front. I am not adding a sentiment yet, and I'll tell you why in a minute. Looks pretty good. I don't need to clean that off, I don't think. But I'm adding a deer on the inside. Okay. And then I'm going to glue this to the inside, and our card is done. Okay, here we have the card we made today. There's the front, and there is the inside. And I am waiting to see who wins this card before I put a sentiment down here.